Welcome back to ThumbsUp SoFlo. Today I have with me Rose Sklar, who's our real estate expert that's going to talk about staging your home. How do you convince sellers to stage?
Okay, well, that is a team effort. We do a lot of discussions. We have a sit down. Everything that we do is as a team. My job is to get you the most money for your property in the shortest amount of time. So I need to show you the numbers as to what, if we're going to spend money on a kitchen or a facelift staging or a floor remodel, whatever it is we choose to do, I need to show the seller what the return on investment will be. Renovating the home is going to give you a great return on investment. It's almost mandatory today, especially in Florida. In fact, Jill, my stager, will discuss with you later that California is way ahead of the curve and that we are following suit. So any realtor that's out there that is putting these marketing techniques and implementing them in their properties is way ahead of the curve.
What are some of the biggest challenges as a realtor?
The biggest challenge is the sellers, they don't want to do it. They don't want to spend the money. Oh, the buyer can do it themselves. They're not going to like what I do. But I find that that's not correct. There are a lot of different things that you can do prior to listing your property that are going to make a huge difference to the buyers. If you can't afford the staging, there's other things that we can do. There is virtual staging, which I've been doing a little bit with, but I tend not to like that as much because we get them to the house, they walk through the door and they're lost again because there's no furniture in the property. But the biggest obstacle that I have is convincing the sellers to spend the money. A lot of times what I do is tell them, do you still wear the clothes in your closet from 15 years ago? Now I know that mine don't fit, okay? But typically they're out of style, the colors are out. It's just not gonna feel fresh and new. It's the same way with buyers. When they walk into your home and it's 20 years ago you painted your faux, that's not gonna fly, especially with the millennial buyer pool, which is now a third percent of the buyer pool currently, which is very large. And they are drawn to those TV shows. They love the light paints, they love the staging, and they want a yard for their puppy.
I go to the home, sometimes they're vacant, like this home was vacant when I first saw it. When there are families involved, a lot of times there's that emotional attachment, so we have to let them know we are here to market your home for sale. We want to get your house sold in the least amount of time for the highest amount possible. So what the great thing is here, and I love the success, we are raising all the property values here in Weston and all the other areas I stage. Every property is different, just like every person, different clothes look good on different people. So when I go to the property, I see what needs to be done. If they don't paint, I can work with what's there. And I have a vast amount of inventory. I bring what looks the best that I have available at the time and set it up proportionate with the house. The more usable areas, the higher perceived value in the home. So I try to set up, like in this home, a lot of different areas so the house is doing things. It's like a car with a lot of options. So we want to show that in the house because any buyer that was walking into this house, for example, they can't envision proper furniture layout like Rose was saying.
Right.
They just don't know where to put their things.
When I'm able to get through to the client, I love the transformation. When they come home and they say, oh my God, I think we should stay, honey. It looks amazing. And they're so surprised that it really didn't cost that much money after all.
Right.
And our team is here to help you through minor staging, renovation, total renovation, and marketing and selling your property for top dollar in the shortest amount of time. Typically, I'll walk through myself. I've had a lot of experience doing this for over 30 years. I know what needs to be addressed and can pretty much eyeball the cost in my head. I like to start with the main areas, which would be the kitchen and the bathrooms are always the big deal makers. In the end, if you want to spend something, the least expensive thing that you can do that's going to help is always one of two things. It's paint and it's front landscaping, because curb appeal is very important. And a fresh coat of paint makes an enormous difference. I'm kind of addicted to my job. I think it's like my hobby, and I like to do it all the time. So if you work with us, you're gonna pretty much get me 24/7 unless I'm sleeping. Best place to reach me is 954-298-3626. Text is best.
And what is the email that they could use to communicate with you?
Best to send it to rose@sklarteam.com.